again with Dr. Hassan's clinic. Today we've got a man that's been in Forbes 30 under 30. We've got someone that's been in China daily. We've got a star in the building. Only goes by the name Mr. Wilson. Owns a company called Wilson Worldwide Productions. But I'll let him do the introduction for himself. Good afternoon, Mr. Wilson. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, good. How's the day been?
It's been very good. Very good. Very busy.
Very busy.
For the meetings.
Thank you, but at least thank you for giving me the time to come into your house to video you, to really ask you some questions, just to hit my target audience and really educate these kids and knowing something that they don't know and really getting them started.
Anything for you, Hassan.
Thank you very much. But you see, guys, this is what you need to do. You need to network, you need to meet your peers, and you need to be over the limit. And you know, essentially, just what was the best way to say it? Essentially, just get out of your target range or your age and start going with older people and start networking with Mr. Forbes under 30. But I wouldn't explain that for you. Thank you, Josh, again. Let's get started by saying, what made you get into this industry?
It's an interesting story. I used to be in sales and marketing investments when I was a bit younger, 10 years ago or so now. And I knew I wanted to move into the creative industry whilst I was in Toronto, Canada. So I decided to make that move, make that switch, and I started off in the creative industry more in front of the camera in Toronto. I came back to the UK because obviously I didn't have a Toronto visa, and I started Wilson Worldwide in order to help my in front of the camera work, and it just grew to a stage where this is obviously my primary focus above that. So it was an interesting process. It was kind of lengthy, but we had a plan to kind of execute. I had a plan to execute, and so we did do that.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, let's get started to the main points. At the age of 16, I know you got someone that got under 30 in Forbes. You must be under 30. 10 years ago, you said you were doing sales. I'm only 21 right now, so I look at you as a mentor and inspiration. But what would you tell the 16-year-old you or the 16-year-old that's right now growing up in the UK to really get started in doing production or really expand it?
You got to have a good attitude. That's probably the most important thing. Yeah. I didn't have a great attitude when I was 16. I had a good attitude. I worked hard. I was playing basketball. My mindset was more sport based, so it was more work ethic based, I would say.
Yeah.
And making sure that I was putting the right amount of effort in. And I made that switch to attitude really when I started interning in this sales and marketing company, and I started to understand how important it was and how influential you can be to people if you have a great attitude, and how that can really change not only your perception but the perception of people around you, and that will only open up more opportunities.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, the main question I ask everyone that is on this channel is, do you need to go into university to get into your industry, or is there a way around it? For example, you've done sales and investment, as you know how to sell. You are fantastic on camera, obviously. But please tell me from your side, how would someone get about into getting into the media industry or starting up their own media company?
Well, it's about skill and being very honest with yourself. And the two things that I always factor into my development is no fear and no ego. And no fear from the perspective of I'm not going to be here. In 50 years, time, or 60 years, 7 years, whatever it is, I'm not going to be here. So there is no reason for me to be afraid of wanting to learn new things and progress in things that I want to be good at. And ergo, just as a byproduct, there's no reason for me to have an ego. For me, it was very easy because I came from a sales and marketing background and learning from people that were better than me. I could lower my ego to a stage where I came into this industry. I was very honest, and I knew to myself, I know nothing. So if I go to the best people, I spoke to Liz McLeod from True North, I spoke to Sally Woodward Gentle, she runs Sid Gentle. So I talked to these people and I found out how I could be the best in my field. And so I didn't go to university, I went into sales and marketing, obviously.
Yeah.
So there is a way to do it, but you have to lower your ego and be very humble and be willing to learn and have a great attitude. That's the only way you can really do it, because you don't have the qualifications where you can even be slightly arrogant or slightly kind of confident in yourself. You have to be able to humble yourself and be willing to learn. And I think a lot of university alumni And now figuring out, even if you graduate uni, that doesn't guarantee you a job. It just guarantees you sometimes an entry through the door, but you still have to impress that person. And so, if that's all it guarantees you, there are other ways to get through that door, is what it says. So it's not a necessity, but it depends on what you're doing, where you want to go. But learning is the necessity. You don't have to go to university to learn. And I think that's the most important thing people have to consider.
Wow. Okay, let's get to the main question I've always wanted to ask you. How did you get into Forbes under 30? I want to be on there very, very soon. You're going to teach me and the people on the camera today. What was your magic stick? What did you do?
It's hard to say. It's mainly my proposers. I feel I had some fantastic proposers who really went out of their way to endorse me specifically, and make sure that Forbes knew my story. They knew kind of how well we'd done in our industry and where we kind of gone. And they recognised that. I was very thankful to be recognised by them. It was a really good honour, especially with the list that was on. But yeah, I think it's just very, very important to keep in mind that, you just have to make sure that you follow the right path and you keep doing what you love to do. And if you can keep doing that, over and over and over, you keep staying that course, you keep learning, you keep developing, you keep learning, and you figure out the plan. What's the plan? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? And if you know that base route of I just want this, this is what I want, you'll figure out the right avenues in order to get to that stage. And that's why it's so important.
Guys, your network is your net worth. That's the main one I'll put up there. But how did you get into China Daily as well? Hit me up. What happened? How did you get into China Daily?
China Daily?
Yeah, that's amazing. You're from the UK in China, the newspapers.
We are working on a project called False Impression, which is a Jeffrey Archer project.
Wow.
Jeffrey Archer is one of the biggest authors in the UK, and Jeffrey Steiner, who owned the rights to the media, they wanted to have Chinese elements in it, rather than certain elements of the book. And so they changed those for China, which is obviously huge for China, because China's obviously trying to make an inroads into the industry. And obviously, China Daily were excited about it, and so they ended up doing a piece on it.
Wow. Okay, cool. Any UK programs you've come up with that's already been aired, or what's happening? How does the future look for Wilson Worldwide? From the past, obviously, what has aired and what's coming up and what's going to be aired?
Well, last year had a great year. We produced Mission Motto for Sky Mix, ended up selling to 150 territories around the world through ESPN. Then we produced Chasing the Dream for Sky again.
Chasing the Dream.
Yeah, that's correct. And so Mission Motto and Chasing the Dream, two projects we focused on. We also did branded content for Jeep and Lucas Dave last year. So we had a great year. This year we're working with Sky, the BBC, ITV. So we work with more broadcasters, which is very exciting. And so it should be a good year for us. For us, it's really just about execution. Hopefully we're working with JSBC in China as well, and the US broadcaster too. So it's always about making sure that you can somewhat leapfrog your past accomplishments and keep moving up. I really like this quote from one of the people I look up to in sport, a guy called JJ Redick, and he always says, "You've never arrived, you're always becoming." And I think that's really important. So people didn't really understand that even when the Forbes thing happened, I was very excited at the moment. I must say, I was because I didn't understand how that could happen. But I think that the mindset has always got to be that you are constantly learning, you're constantly developing, and you've never reached your plateau. And you can have that mindset if you enjoy what you're doing.